Hey, this is your girl, msyelladiva, coming to you with another episode of the Never Ever Met, episode 6. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Um, State song. Anyway, the episode begins with that aftermath of that uh, argument that ended last week where Irene and Aaron, BBW Aaron, um, yeah, they was going at it, honey. It was if you be if you and your mama and your pappy and your kids, and then BBW Aaron come back in, security holding him back, and all that other stuff. So yeah, that was some kind of argument there. So yeah, so they still going at it, f you b. I'm like, golly. So Millie and Shay toasting to no drama and all peace. They in the kitchen because they were like, I'm hearing it, but I'm not believing it. But Aaron telling his friend, and I forgot what his friend's name was. He's a nice guy though. He's been friends for over 30 years, I think. Um, Aaron was telling him about how Irene, which is Dymond's sister, doesn't know him, and so she can't say that there's better men out there for her and all that other stuff because she don't know what he got and what and what's going on with him. Um, Irene saying, Irene told Diamond, he said, if he could say all that shit to me, and I fight men for fun, then what's he gonna say to you when he get mad at you and stuff like that? I said, did she? I had to rewind it. She said, yeah, I fight men for fun. I ain't never heard of nobody fighting men for fun. But if that's your leisure sugar shack, you go ahead and do it. But I ain't fighting for men for fun. I ain't fighting men for nobody and no reason. But she said I fight men for fun. Okay. And she said, and ain't no real man gonna argue with a woman. Now that's the truth. But when she said I fight men for fun, no. But but Diamond, in your confessional, baby girl, this blush right here, they needed to smooth that in more. Cause it's like a big red mark on this side and a big red mark on that side. They needed to even that out a little bit. Yeah. She beautiful still, but no, that wasn't cute, girl. It wasn't cute at all. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So then Millie come in and she said, hey Diamond, I want to meet your sister. She was like, no, you don't. She quickly poo-pooed her way. No, you don't. No, no. She fight men for fun. Y'all need to meet her. Y'all need to meet her. Cause she fight men for fun. Anyway, yeah. So So Diamond comes out to talk to Aaron, and he was talking to his friend. And she was like, so you was gonna fight my sister? And Aaron was like, "No, I ain't never said I was gonna fight her. I don't fight women, nor do I fight men, do I?" And I said, "Does he really know if you fight men or women? I mean, y'all been friends for 30 years, but I mean, he ain't with you all the time. But but yeah, do I? I ain't never fight. Okay, it is what it is." So he trying to state his case, but then um. Diamond said, "But you called her the B word." And he was like, "Well, she was acting like one." And she was like, "So you just gonna call me the B word?" He was like, "No, I would never call you the B word." I was just like, "I don't know. That B word came flying out. I don't know. I mean, what's good for the goose is good for the gander." But while they talking, Irene, she out. She gone. She's like, "I'm out." And so Diamond sees her out the corner of her eye, and so she goes and tries to talk to her. And Diamond told Irene that I was never gonna let him touch you. Irene said, "I will fuck him up, and you know that." I said, yeah, cause she fight men for fun, okay? So she was gonna f him up. Ooh, and then the producer um uh started talking to Irene, and so Diamond went back in, and he apologized. Aaron apologizes to Diamond, trying to smooth things over. And so he said, hopefully, during the course of their relationship, they could somehow be friends. And I was like, okay, whatever. Oh, what else? What else? What else? Chris and Sandia uh still wants to be together in their room, and I guess Chris' room, because all the couples are sleeping together except for dun, 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 you know it, Jody and Aaron, ATL Aaron, okay? Dun, 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 dun. So Aaron is sleeping in the room, and Chris and Sandia over here in this bed. They trying to, schmooze, smash a little bit, and you know, and Aaron over there, breaking wind and stuff. So anyway, Greg and Aaron and Josh, um, they're talking about uh uh Greg, Aaron, and Josh come outside talking, and then Chris come out with Sandia jacket on. He said, "Yeah, I had to put my girl's jacket on. It's cold out here." And so I then Greg was like, it sounded like Bixie, and I said, what is going on? But apparently he called him Big C. He said, "You want to go and talk to Millie so y'all can sort this out." But I was just like, I said, "Who was Big C? Who was Big C?" But apparently it was Big C. And he said, "You want to go talk to Millie." And so uh, Chris was like, "Yeah, that's fine. It is what it is." So, Whoo, this was crazy too. Millie thinks that Chris disrespected her when he went around to everybody. When he went around to the guys, Josh and Greg, and said, "Have I ever talked about Jody behind her back?" And they were like, "No, no, no." And then he pointed at Millie, but I didn't hear that he said, he was like, "No, never mind." Oh, he didn't want her to talk, because that's what Millie said. I didn't see that part. I didn't catch that part. But that what she said. That what she said. Okay, she said, when you pointed at me, and then you tried to shut me up. you know, um, she was like, you disrespected me, so I disrespected you. You dissed me, I dissed you back. And I called you the B word, the BICTH. Mama D. The BICTH. You know. And so he was like, and he really confused about, this transaction. This transaction that Millie saying that he did to her. He really confused. So, and he looked confused. And so, Chris was like, so he was just like, yeah, that was a good talk. And so, but Millie still keeps on, like, jabbing at him, like, and then he was like, well, I don't even know what he said, but whatever he said, she said, now you're deflecting. And I was just like, I said, he can't really get a word in edgewise because you was just over talking him. And so she said, and then he was like, well, what is the truth that you trying to get at? And so Millie was like, well, the truth is that you ain't shit. And I just want you to admit that you ain't shit. And Chris was like, okay, I'm out. I would have to. I would have to. You want me to admit that I ain't shit? So, she's still talking while he walking out. And so everybody was like, what is going on? What's going on? And I was just like, Millie, baby. I was with you. I was with you for a little bit. Just a little bit. But then you just took it all the way left. All the way left. Matter of fact, I wasn't with you now that I think about it, because I didn't see how he disrespected you in the first place, especially so you can call him the B word. And then you was talking about, he ain't shit, and he need to admit it. No, I wasn't with you, boo. I wasn't with you. I'm sorry, Sugar Shack. Sorry. Yeah, I wasn't with none of that. None of it, girl. You need to check yourself before you wreck yourself, okay? Anyway, so so Chris real pissed off because she still continues to call her the B word. I mean, to call him the B word, and he walking out. So then he go in there and talk to Chris. Chris playing pool, and I don't even know who he playing pool with. He telling her that, she thinking I disrespected her, and she's still calling me the B word, and she said, no, I can't deal with that. And so then she come in, and she was like, you can never deal with a woman like me. Um, uh, yeah, and what she say? And you ain't she? And oh, also she said his man parts are small too. I don't know how she know about that, but she said, yeah, your man parts are small too. And so he was like, what? And so she was like, I you know I somebody told me that your man parts are small or whatever. I said, okay. So Chris, this name, it started name calling. He was like, "You ugly, you this, you that," and then he was like, and what's in your bank account? What's in your bank account? So I guess his man purse is small, but his bank account ain't small. I got that what he's saying. His man purse is small because I guess he really didn't deny that his man purse was small either. He really didn't deny that. So maybe a man purse is small and his bank account is big, and he want to know how big Millie bank account is. And so they still going back and forth. They going back and forth. Greg holding Millie back. Aaron is literally had to pick little man up with the little parts and take him out. Then he called her a slut on the way out the door. I said, Lord, oh my God, what the heck? And Greg trying to ask, he asked Chris what happened, and Chris walking up the stairs with Sandia, he was like, man, she just keep calling me the B word. I ain't gonna be disrespected. I ain't gonna be disrespected. I mean, he walking up the stairs, he just yelling back at Greg, and Greg was like, I'm not chasing you up the steps. So then he go back in the kitchen, and he talked to Millie. Millie like, she asked him what happened. And Millie is so nonchalant. She was like, well, I told him why I called him a bitch. He didn't agree with it, so, it is what it is. What kind of mess is this? What? Millie. No, sweet pea. No, that ain't working either. That's not working either, baby girl. That's not working. Oh boy, oh God. And so she said that he don't hold himself accountable for not being shit, basically. Oh, I just don't. Millie. Come on, girl. So anyway, Millie, Greg, Dymond, Aaron, Sandia's in the kitchen. Millie saying that Chris don't like when Chris doesn't give women a chance to speak. He don't like when women speak. And then Dymond was like, well, he didn't, he let me speak and stuff like that. And so she was like, well, he didn't let me speak. I was just like, girl, cause you is calling him the B word. What? I mean, he was walking away. He couldn't talk to you. So and then Sandia said, she doesn't like the name calling. She said, y'all can, talk, and say whatever y'all need to say. But she doesn't like the name calling. And both of them called each other names. So I can't say that. Then Millie was like, well, I would apologize for it, but he wouldn't let me. Mille, once again, if you apologize for calling him the B word and then call him the B word again, you done cancel that B word out. You done cancel that apology out. You done cancel all of that out. Because you done called him again. You done called him again the B word. So you need to just stop calling him the B word. Princess. You need to stop calling him the B word. Alright. So. Aaron Daddy come. ATL Aaron Daddy come. And he kind of cute. I said, I ain't really into light skinned men, but you is kind of cute. Hello, and we probably about the same age too. Hey boo, how you doing? Yes, Cindy. Yes, yes. So, so he talking to Aaron, ATL Aaron, and his dad is talking, and so he worried about her being a sexologist. I don't believe that you are a sexologist, Jody. You can't be. And, I understand, like she said, she loves sex and all that other stuff. But then she has such sexual trauma from her childhood that she's closed off. So you closed off to sex, you got anxiety about sex, but you love sex, and you are a sexologist, and you want to teach other people about being comfortable with sex when you ain't even comfortable with sex. How you gonna teach anybody else to be comfortable with sex when you ain't even comfortable with sex? Come on, Jody. Come on, girl. Come on. I am 53 years old, child. Your sexual trauma is manifesting in your sex drive. Point blank, period. You are not attracted to Aaron, ATL Aaron. You are not attracted to him at all. You are attracted more to his daddy. We'll get to that in a minute. You are attracted more to him, to his daddy, than you are to him. You are not attracted to him. That's why you get pissed off when he try to touch you and try to get close to you. Stop it. Stop it, child. Stop it. Okay? It is okay. It is okay. You just have to learn how to deal with it. I've been through this. You are not a sexologist. Leave that alone. Because leave that alone. Because you haven't even come to terms with your sexual trauma. How you going to teach anybody else to be comfortable with their sexual trauma when you haven't even been comfortable in your sexual trauma, baby girl? But anyway, I digress. At least his daddy, cute as he is, had some good advice to ATL Aaron. I don't think you're gonna get none, no way. So I don't even know why you even anticipating it. I don't think you're gonna get none, baby. I'm with BBW Aaron, and yeah, I don't think y'all are going to even make it out this this arrangement. But if y'all do, you gonna go back to Atlanta and she gonna go back to Chicago, and the two never shall meet again, basically. But anyway, I digress. At least his daddy gave him some good advice. Is that it's a challenge for you to be with a quote unquote sexologist because she's supposed to know what she likes and she doesn't like, and she could teach you some things. But when you find your sexologist, because she ain't it, she could probably teach you some things, but she ain't it because she's not a sexologist. Moving on. So anyway, BBW Aaron trying to convince his daddy, because they quote unquote the same, around the same age, that they're not a match, basically. So Aaron meets Jody's and Jody meets Aaron's dad. She is cheesing from ear to ear, honey. She more attracted to his daddy than she is with him. And then once they did that salsa and her breast almost fell out because he dipped her, yeah, she wanted to go home with him. Okay? She wanted to go home with him. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. She wanted to go home with him. So, moving on. What else? Greg, Chris, and Aaron, BBW Aaron, are in the hot tub. Aaron said he gonna propose to Dymond before this stuff is over with. Whatever. Don't nobody care. Chris, Millie finally opens up about her sexual trauma, and then she says, she blames herself for being in the wrong space, the wrong time, and she felt like it was her fault, and she should have left, and she shouldn't have been there, and all that other stuff. Mille, just like Jody is not a sexologist, your sexual trauma was not your fault. Okay? Stop blaming yourself. Stop blaming yourself, because if the people knew how to act, there wouldn't have been no sexual trauma. Please stop blaming yourself, girl. Stop blaming yourself. You have not forgiven yourself for being in the wrong place. But first of all, you were young, you were impressionable, and they were fucking assholes. Just, deviants, so it is not your fault. Stop blaming yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself, okay? It's not your fault. And Jody's not a sexologist. Okay, moving on. So, so then the men convinced Aaron to stop farting in the room with Chris and Sandia, and to move your bed into Jody's room so you can, hang out with Jody, because y'all not gonna do nothing. So you just gonna hang out, okay? So they moved the bed into Jody's room, and I guess he pushed the beds together, and she got mad. You are not a sexologist, Sugar Shack. You are not a sexologist. Please, please, please. Because if you were, you would have known how to address that situation. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Because you teaching other people how to be comfortable with their sexuality, and you don't even know how to be comfortable in your own sexuality because you are not attracted to this boy, this man. I'm sorry, he ain't a boy. Um, you are not attracted to this young man. Point blank. Period. Child, girl, stop convincing yourself. But anyway, Greg and Millie meet the counselor. Basically, Millie has some sexual trauma that she is uh, trying to deal with, and apparently, Greg has some sexual trauma of the past that he has been covering up. And he said he's never spoken to anyone about this. So, and she was like, so basically, so y'all are two traumatized people and y'all traumatizing each other when y'all should be trying to, um, trying to learn how to deal with your trauma by yourself before you try to, combine each other. Cause y'all only traumatizing each other. So y'all need to deal with your traumatization and then come together. But that is going to be in the next episode. So give me a thumbs up, please. And what else I need? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Give me a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. And hey, I will see y'all next week on another episode of the Never Ever Met. Let's get down in the comments. Who doesn't believe who believes Jody is a sexologist? Cause I didn't believe that at all. Anyway, like I said, this is Msyelladiva signing off. Peace.